the next 5 chapters in order.
Oh, fantastic. Great. I don't know.
So I'll do, I mean, as I have time.
Awesome. What's up, man?
Yeah. Feels actually really
You're
nice.
shooting helper to do it.
I just remembered. I just thought about that. I'm giving my CP 1 thing grade, and I have 3 for AP grade tomorrow. I have to do all that.
Right.
I don't know about that. How many, do you have a lot of all your freshmen come?
What?
Have all your freshmen showed up for AP?
How many showed up?
They all showed up.
We have 1 or 2 down there.
I mean,
I'm not doing this right. So. Like roll, like they come in late, or they, don't turn the microphone on or their video on.
I'm turning. I'm pretty bright. I'm pretty mean about it. Say tomorrow, even if you aren't. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you just enjoyed your first lunch as a high school student. I'm sure it wasn't quite as eventful as if you had been in the cafeteria with another 800 students. It's grades, freshman through senior. So I'm going to be admitting everybody here. I'm just going to ask right now, make sure you are signed in with your first name and your last name, and your video is on, okay? We'll talk about it again later, but make sure you have signed in with your first name, your last name, and your video is on. Thank you. All right. You guys are here for period 7-8, AP World History. My name is Dan Brunette. I'm going to give you a little bit of bio here in a minute. Just going to wait till everybody gets on. And if you have your cell phone close to you, I'm going to be asking you to be joining the remind code if you haven't, and giving you a little bit of extra credit if you follow the directions. We've got a lot to go over, and we have a short amount of time to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here, and if people are behind, they can catch up on their own. I am videotaping this so that you will be able to use it. Go and access it again if you need to later. All right. So looks like we got most of you here. 27 is pretty good. Just want to say thank you already for being here. This is a really weird year, obviously, and we're all in a different situation than we've ever been in before. Not just with all the things that are going on outside of school, but just school in general. So I want to first off say congratulations to you for getting out of bed, for figuring out how this virtual thing works, and for doing yourself a favor, and that is starting your high school career, although it being a strange one, on the right path. So just by listening and being here today, you are in a better spot than you were yesterday. Also, I would like to say that, you know, the world is struggling right now. We're struggling with a lot of different polity, and there are a lot of things going on. And I think it's important that we recognize that, and that we recognize that there are a lot of people suffering, and that it's time, you know, for us as students, we're moving forward, but we do need to recognize that. And I understand that a lot of you are impacted by that, and we all are. And we're in this together, and we're in this virtual experience together as well. So again, thank you. What you see on the screen right now is what you would see if you had been walking in here as a student. My room is H606. It's an upper H hall. It's on the east side of the building. Most of you know the difference between Eastwood and West Lane, so it's the side facing Eastwood, not West Lane. Most of you would probably be coming from lunch right now, or a long period that's 56 minutes, so you'd probably be in a bad mood. More likely lunch, so you might be decent. You might have hit that wall, but hopefully you're doing better because it's virtual learning. You can see my email address. I'll have it all over the place, but I do teach CP World History periods 1, 2, and 3, and then AP 2 in a row, 7, 8, and 9. 10th period is my prep. What I want you to do right now, if you have not done so yet, is I want you to join the Remind. You can do that by going to remind.com and putting in the class code for AP World History, which is @WAP NC 2020. Or you can text the number 81010 on your phone. I would prefer that you get the actual app, because this is going to be the preferred method for you to be to communicate with me during my office hours and while we are doing the virtual learning. This and email. I do not like messages on Canvas. They don't show up right away. It's difficult for me to access them. I'm way more likely to talk to you if you use this. So while you guys are getting that done, I'm going to take roll. So when I say your name, I want you to unmute yourself and say "here" very clearly, please. And if I say your name and it's not what you want to be called, please tell me what you would like to be called. Kimberly Aiken.
Here.
Excellent. Samuel Barker.
Here. Can you call me Sam, though?
Sam. Katya Blickenstoff.
Here.
Okay, is it Katya?
Yeah.
Thank you. Mikhail Board.
Michael.
Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Good. Welcome. Brooke Brown.
Here.
Great. Kaylee Cross. Cross.
Here. Here.
Great. Luella.
Here.
Thank you. Lily.
Here.
Oh, thank you. Hannah. Hiddle.
Here. Here.
Seal Hiddle.
Here. I go by Lucy. Here.
You guys related?
Yeah, we're twins. Yep.
Ooh, twins.
Yeah.
Wow. I know a little bit about those. Okay, Ashton.
Here.
Great. Grace.
Here.
Kate Langston.
Here.
Thank you. Lucy McJunkins. Lucy McJunkin.
Here.
Thank you. Nyla
Here.
Mitchell.
Here.
Thank you. Griffin Moore.
Here.
Great. Jackson. Poor.
Here.
Thank you. EI.
Here.
How do I say your name?
E-Ray.
E-Ray.
Yeah.
Thank you. Skylar Robinson. Skylar Robinson. Owen Siders.
Here.
Thank you. Samuel Sewell.
Here.
Sam or Samuel?
Either way, it's fine.
Thank you. Okay. We.
Right here.
Okay. Is that what you go by?
It's pronounced Mushi.
Mushi.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Vivian.
Here.
Great. Ethan.
Here.
Vincent.
Here.
Victoria.
Here.
Jill.
Here.
Raleigh.
Here.
Nathaniel Wilson. Nathaniel Wilson. Okay. Lillian Zafian Short.
Here. You can call me Lily.
Okay, we got handful of Lilies and Sams. Okay. All right, so what you guys need to do is send me a message. Just say, hey, Mr. Burnett, you're cool. Or I can't wait to have you as my teacher. Or this is it. Some kind of message so I know that you know how to message me on this. And if you get it done by 2 o'clock tomorrow, you get 5 points extra credit, all right? That's the easy way to pad your grade and to do something that's very simple. I see it's coming right now. Jackson, Griffin, thank you guys. Awesome, okay? So this is located on your Canvas page. I'll show you here momentarily. So if you want to get back to it, you need a reminder, you can, okay? All right, moving forward. You guys probably want to know who your teacher is, maybe just a little bit. I graduated from Valparaiso University, Northwest Indiana, history, German, geography, theology majors. And I played Division I tennis and studied abroad, fit a lot in. Got a master's a couple years ago in teaching from University of Indianapolis. And I've taught, this is my 11th year at North Central, 10th year teaching, and 7th year in a row teaching AP World History. I've been a tennis coach for 13 years. Things that I'm into, you guys can see some pretty cool pictures here. This is Hawaii from a pillbox above Pearl Harbor. Beautiful, nice trip. Tennis, I take a lot of pride in. This is a young man who won the Mental Attitude Award for us last year. We actually had Carter Bailey win it last year as well. So we had 2 years in a row. Our men's tennis has won the Mental Attitude Award for the IHSA. That's a big deal. We have been in 8 state championships in a row. So tennis I'm also passionate about. I used to try to take my tennis hat everywhere. This is the Parthenon in Greece when I went on the World Travelers Cup trip. And this is, I got to sit front row at a Coldplay concert in Seattle for my 32nd birthday. My wife surprised me. Was pretty pumped about that. And then this is our first dog. This is our fur baby, Layla, and she is a 95-pound Rhodesian Ridgeback. Now, she plays second fiddle as last year at this time I was introducing my kids to my very pregnant wife, who in a week, she'll have been a year ago, birthed twins. I don't know if that made sense at all. But we have twins, Luther and Lillian. So the Lillian's in the room and the twins in the room. You guys understand what's going on. Here's Luther. This is what I've been dealing with since the pandemic hit. He started moving all over the place. And I have a little video. Let's see if I can get it to show.
Go.
Okay. he likes to get into anything that he can. He's busily establishing a relationship with our massive dog. And my daughter, whom you guys are in the way of right now on my screen, she likes to be pretty
What are you doing, Lily?
mischievous. This is Lily.
Diapers? What are you doing with the diapers?
So, anyways, I think you guys get an idea of what I'm dealing with at home and coaching.
Diapers
It's
go
going to
in
be
the toy
interesting this
chest.
fall. But we are very blessed.
How many diapers have you put in the toy chest, Lily?
Their first birthday, like I said, is a week from Sunday. So maybe I'll show you guys a picture of them smashing their faces in cake for the first time. That'd be kind of fun. All right. Let's move on a little bit. Some of the expectations I have for you guys that are just strictly due to virtual learning. Okay. Please make sure you guys are listening here, taking notes as you need to. First off, since we're all coming off of a lunch, get here a minute or two early. When the bell sounds, I will turn the Zoom on. I expect you guys to be in the waiting room, okay? Don't be late, okay, because that's going to disrupt our flow, please. And I will not be taking attendance the way that I just did. I'll explain in a second. Materials, you're going to need to have some notebook paper on you or a way to take notes at all times. This class will move fast, and because I'm only supposed to be talking for 25 minutes, there's going to be a lot. It's going to move. Okay, a lot of instructions that you probably want to be able to write down. Make sure your stuff's charged, your technology. Make sure your video is turned on. Let me see. I got a few. You guys are doing a pretty good job. I appreciate that. Start. And then you got attendance down. That's good. If you don't have your first and last name, then I'm not going to be able to take attendance for you. In terms of behavior, make sure, this class goes quickly. We don't have time to say, hey, David, stop, putting that on your screen. School appropriate at all times. That means with your dress. So make sure whatever you're wearing would be appropriate at school. I don't care if you're wearing your pajamas, but they need to be school appropriate. Second thing is no cursing, please. Will I curse at times when I'm not at school? Yes. I think COVID has turned me into a swearing sailor at times. But I don't do that in front of you guys because it's a lack of professionalism, and I know that you guys know what the words are too, and I expect you not to do that in front of me and in front of our group as well in our community. Okay? First time it happens, I'm going to call your parents. Second time we have an issue, you'll have to go to the dean, or the dean will call you. I don't know, something to that extent. You don't want that. Okay? All right, let's talk about this class. It's reading intensive. When we get down to it, whether we're doing it virtually or whether we're doing it here, you're going to be getting homework at least 5 to 6 nights a week. The 5 to 6 could mean only one night on the weekend. But lots of different ways to assess. We need to work on writing essays. You'll see why. We need to work on analyzing documents. If you're here, we'll definitely have some debates. If not, we'll work on doing some group work and different assignments. Probably the best thing about this class is the video project we do every year. We make parody videos. They are absolutely hilarious. It's one of the most fun projects to grade because I really get to see students' personalities come out. And you make a 7 to 10 minute video about a historical topic using a parody. It could be Friends. It could be Blackish. It could be Seinfeld. I don't know. I've had all sorts of different funny ones. Scary Movie, you name it. But that's kind of the that's the icing on the cake. I hope we'll be able to get that done this year. We'll see. Okay. College credit then. You have an opportunity to get college credit. This year we were about 60% passing. Last year we were at about 70%. Okay, that passed the test and got college credit to at least a state school. Okay, so that's the opportunity. That's why you're sitting here. That's why you're going to have a much more rigorous course than the people who are taking regular world history. Okay, understand that you have the caveat there that you can get college credit for 4 years or 3 years from now. This is also a weighted course, meaning if you get a B, you'll get 4 points instead of 3 on your GPA. If you get an A, you get 5 instead of 4. So it's weighted like an X class, but it is an AP class. My office hours are as follows. Please take note. It's 25 minutes after school's out, except for on Tuesdays, which I'll have to be getting to tennis practice, hopefully. we have sports. Okay. This is a time for you to reach out and remind, say, can you Zoom me, Mr. Brunette? Can we talk about a couple things for a couple minutes? You know, ask me a question on my mind, etc. And then my prep period is period 10 also. On the exam that you're going to be prepping for, it's going to sound daunting now, but by the time May hits, hopefully we're back in school and this is what we're going to do. Okay, the exam is usually the middle of May. It's 55 multiple choice questions. You get 1 minute per question. It's a DBQ. Actually, those 55 multiple choice questions are all stimulus based, meaning they're all based off reading passages. Then you have a document based question. Then you have 4 short answer questions. And then you have what's called the LEQ or LAQ, the long answer question. Okay, you will do all of that in 3 hours and 15 minutes. So this will be one of the longest tests you've ever sat for in your life. Last year we had 2.96 average. Like I said, about 62% of the people passed, and we had 11 perfect scores, which is the highest we've had in a long time. Although the exam was really wonky due to this whole COVID thing, it was one shortened DBQ. I'd not necessarily believe in the validity of it if I had to tell you the truth. All right, some resources you guys need to be comfortable with. Make sure you're checking your Skyward. I will update that frequently. You'll see I'll have that updated by the time you get back to class tomorrow with your first 2 assignments. Make sure you're checking my Canvas page for announcements, and you're checking Remind as well, because that's how I'll communicate with you. Some very simple do's and do nots. You should probably read these on your own, but just a reminder, this actually counts now, folks. This can count for your college future, but it also counts for the next 4 years for high school, the jobs you're going to apply for the colleges that you want to apply for, etc. Okay? Make sure you talk to your teacher. Make sure you understand that this is a clean slate. This is not middle school anymore. And that, you know, starting right now and starting this morning, you are making a commitment to doing well and passing. And not just passing, but getting the grade that you want. Okay? Things that I would avoid. If you miss multiple homework assignments or you miss class on once a week, that starts to catch up to you. And that'll become a problem very quickly. If you see something on Skyward that doesn't look right and it continues to look wrong, talk to your teacher about it, okay? Or if you have an F and you can't crawl out of the hole, get caught up with the teacher and your mom and dad or someone right away, okay? You stay out of this freshman drama. I don't know. I can only barely see a few of you. You don't look dramatic to me, but I'll tell you what, every year it happens, okay? So stay out of the freshman drama. Don't compare yourself to someone in this class that's going to participate a lot and their notes look better than yours or whatnot. You compare yourself to you. If we're still doing this virtual business 4 months from now, I would assume that you will be a much more intelligent person 4 months from now, meaning that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're learning, you're becoming a stronger, more confident person. That's what we're looking for. All right? So, again, please don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to you. Skylar, welcome. I got you. And someone else who's not on my roster. Okay. Moving forward here. Here's what I'm going to have you guys do. So we're going to go to the Canvas page and check it out for a second. And I'm going to show you different things that I've updated this year. You don't want to see my Gmail. No. There we go. All right. So I need a couple thumbs up if you guys can see the Canvas page. Anyone there? Awesome. Okay. So just so you guys know, you click on class resources right here. This button's going to link to the module. I am going to be using modules as best I can for the current unit that we're on. Our first unit is going to be an introductory unit and world religions and how they changed politics in up to basically about 1000 CE. Okay. And so this course has changed. It used to be the foundations of civilization. So when people started walking in the Paleolithic era all the way until today. Now the course technically starts in the year 1200 CE or around that, circa 1200 CE. So I'm going to spend 2 weeks talking about major world religions and the impact they had on governship and on economies and on different foundations of civilizations And so that'll all be together here. You'll see that I labeled the dates. This is the PowerPoint I just went over if you need to reference it. This is your introductory assignment for today, which when I let you go, you're going to do that. This is your homework due by midnight, the centuries practice. And then this is your homework tonight as well, where you're going to be introducing yourself to the class tomorrow, talking about some of your own experiences, okay? And then this is the syllabus we'll go over tomorrow, and geography test we'll go over tomorrow that you have in 2 weeks, or in a week from tomorrow and 2 weeks from tomorrow. Split it in half, okay? All right, other things I want to show you on Canvas, okay? Current lesson, you click on this. This is going to go to what we're going to be doing each day. You guys see that? So this unit's only going to take 2.5 weeks. It's going to be a culmination. Is going to be a religion quiz that you'll take at home, and a geography test you'll take in class on the 14th. Okay, everyone good with that? That's under syllabus. I'll always try to have that there instead of making copies for you like I would if you were here. All right. Oh, shoot, that was dumb. Let's go back. The other thing that if you want to watch recorded sessions, press this. And this is going to link you to a site where once this is over, I'll download to YouTube and you can go back and watch or listen to anything that you might have missed. Or if you missed class, you can go back and see the highlights, whatever you want to do with that, okay? So don't be afraid if you miss something and you don't want to ask me, just do that and look at that as well. I don't think you guys got asked the Zoom password. Is that thumbs up, correct? No Zoom password today? Okay, if it ever happens, it's Mr. B 2020 if you get asked the Zoom password. I want to make that pretty obvious. We're going to talk about course themes tomorrow also. I have them on the main page so you guys can, when you get a chance, just kind of familiarize yourself with these. This is how you're going to be taking notes while we're virtual too. So we'll work on those the next Friday and Monday. Here's your schedule, office hours again, and a beautiful picture of myself that I took Tuesday, selfie. Woohoo. All right. So modules is the way I'm going to be setting everything up. That doesn't mean that, I have assignments, I have discussions, I'll have quizzes, but I'm going to do my best to pair them all up in order in your module. So then you can see we'll go to unit 1, unit 2, etc. Okay. So you're not confused as to how to get around. All right. The chat function here is turned on. I want to pause for a moment. I'm not necessarily going to cover the intangibles of this is the grading, this is how I'm going to grade, and this is the percentage and all that. I was planning on going over the syllabus tomorrow. And gave you guys a little bit of time to work on some of your homework. I need to explain it first. But does anybody have a question in the chat box? I see none. Okay, that must mean I'm just rocking out here. That's good. Thank you. All right. Here's what we got for today, okay? Before we can run into this and start learning about the history of the world, I got to figure out who you are as people. So the first thing I need you to do tonight, this is a very simple assignment. It's going to be worth 5 points. You're going to answer these questions, and you're going to answer them in a text box. I see a couple people did it ahead of time, or Nakai Ford did, but you don't need to regurgitate the questions. Or if you want to, you can copy and paste the questions like this, put them in the text box, respond, okay? That's the first thing I need you to do. I'd like to at least get to know you on a minimal level there. And then respond. That's due. I want that done by the end of the period if possible. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. The second thing then tonight that's due, 7:30, is this thing called the centuries practice. So I wrote on here, use the worksheet above to practice time, telling time. I got to edit that. Sorry. Practice. Where are we? Practice telling time in centuries. So you're going to type your answers in the text box. This is due by midnight tonight. And what you'll do is this will download automatically on your computer. Read this short blurb right here. Make sure you understand it. And then all I'm going to have you do is just type the number that's supposed to be here. So the 12th century is actually what years? Does anybody want to unmute and tell me?
1,100.
Yeah, the 1100s. Good.
Yeah.
So in the 600s are the 7th century. So there's a little practice for you. I know that sounds very elementary, which is why we're doing it on the first day. Okay. This one you'll need to type in probably the century and the years. You'll type that into the box. That's your second bit of homework for the evening. Like I said, it won't take you all that long. The third thing then, this is how you're going to be introducing yourself to the class tomorrow. This is what I call the travel wall intro. Okay. So this semester and throughout the year, we're going to look at a lot of different societies, and our experiences as a class is going to shape how we're going to see these societies and civilizations. I remember last year in particular when I had a student who had been to over 73 countries, and his father had been a diplomat in Russia. I had another kid who actually came from Russia last year, just go to school in the United States. I had another student who lived in Hong Kong, or two students who lived in Hong Kong last year. So your experiences are definitely going to help us as a group. What I need you guys to do, so by Friday morning or Friday before the start of class, you're going to find two pictures. The first picture will represent some place you visited and shape the way you view culture and you view the world. The second place is a place you've always wanted to visit, and that place should be a place that's individual to you and a place that you think is going to change how you view what culture is. Culture is everything. Everyone has different cultures, okay? So this could be a place down the street from you. This could be, that you've been to. It can be, some place far off around the world. It's up to you. You're an individual. I would like you to be in the first picture. You don't have to be. And if you can't figure out one that you're in, you can do two different pictures that you think will change how you view culture and society. Okay. My example, this is me pretend nailing the 95 Theses to the church, the Wittenberg Castle Church in Wittenberg, Germany. Okay. This is where Martin Luther originally posted the 95 Theses, which eventually sparked this thing known as the Protestant or Protestant Reformation. All right. So, pretty goofy. Yes, I'm acting like I have a hammer in my hands. Yes, that's the actual church doors. No, that's not the original 95 Theses. But anyways, picture number 2 then, this is Istanbul. And you know what? This is a city that's on 2 different continents, as you can see right here. And is the crossroads of civilization. And it housed 2 of the most famous empires in history that no longer really exist, the Byzantine Empire and the Ottoman Empire. And it was one of the most defensible places in the history of the world. And it's a cultural melting pot. Okay, places I really want to go. I think it's going to teach me a lot about the Silk Trade route and give me an idea of how more secular Muslims live in a Islamicized society. And just really, I want to taste the food too. I want to try Turkish coffee from a Turkish coffee shop, all sorts of different stuff. All right, so you guys are going to be getting up in front of the class tomorrow, and you're going to be doing that, okay? You need to submit this assignment. Make sure that you have a text box. You can probably make it on Word or a Google Doc, but then you're going to submit it as a text entry. Does everyone understand that? All right, so 2 pictures. Make sure you have your paragraphs. This is 20 points. Just explaining what's going on in each picture, and second one explaining how you think it would shape how you view culture differently. Okay. This your short introduction, and the centuries practice is due. Centuries practice is due by midnight. Okay. This is due by the time you get to class tomorrow. Okay. So, I did that pretty well. Like I said, I'm going to skip the syllabus and themes and save that for tomorrow. I absolutely am trying not to overwhelm you with a bunch of course content like probably a lot of teachers are right now. We're going to get started. What might feel a little slow, but it'll definitely speed up. And like I said, this is one of the most challenging courses you can take, if not the most challenging as a freshman. But on the other hand, it's very rewarding in the fact that you're going to gain a lot of confidence. You're going to be pushed. And at the end of it, you're going to have the opportunity for college credit plus a weighted GPA. And you come out a lot stronger, ready to go on to take the other AP classes that are offered sophomore, junior, and senior year. So please, what questions do you guys have? I've got the chat function open. If none, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. I'm available on Remind while I give you guys a chance to work, and or via email. Please do not send me messages on Canvas. Like I said, they're hard to get to. Okay, just to review then, procedures tomorrow. Put in your whole name when you join in. Get in here before the bell rings at 12:15. I'll let everyone in, and we'll hit the ground running. Okay? Can't wait to learn more about every one of you and your experiences tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being great students. Like I said, let's try to look at the positive thing here. The fact that we're off doing this together, we're going to get on the ground running as fast as we can, and we're going to do it safely as well. So thank you, good people. Hope you can do something somewhat enjoyable this evening too. Get outside. Don't forget that you need to, do something for your own mental health as well. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share and the meeting. Send me questions on Remind if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.